Good morning and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. It's been a few days. I want to say I appreciate the love and support that I received on the last video. Thank you so much for sharing with me and for reaching out and just for showing me the kindness that you showed me. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, you know I love you. Thank you so much for being here and being so supportive. Okay, so I haven't really been in here much. I mean, I just haven't been in here. Okay, what I did do yesterday, or whatever day, yes, it was yesterday, is I was kind of playing with some book pages and just kind of playing with some pieces from the kit. Like this is from the Roxy Creations kit, and I just backed this on book page. This is not going to stay here, but I needed to stabilize this to make it a tuck spot. So, you know, I printed this on a little bit of a heavier paper, but I didn't feel like it was going to be strong enough by itself to be a tuck. So I just backed it onto some book page. I've got a stack here of some book pages. I'm making an altered book planner, which I don't know if I've shared that with you or not, but anyway, I needed a new planner, so I'm making an altered book planner. Anyway, so I've got pages here that I'd torn out of it, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to try to use that pile and get through them. So anyway, I backed that, so I've got to cut that down, and this kind of has, by design, a rough edge, so I don't know that I'll tear that like that, but I don't know, but I just really love these flowers and want to use them. And Roxy's kit is, or Rachel's kit, is actually bringing some blues in, which I wasn't really wanting the blues. I mean, the pinks I didn't mind because this Prima paper has some pinks in it. But anyway, it's okay. It's just a little bit of blue. It's not a lot of blue. And actually, it complements very nicely with Lorna's kit from Tailor Made Journals. So anyway, so yeah, so I've got this little guy that we can decorate if I decide to use it. I'm not sure because of the size. This, I was going to put thread in my sewing machine, and I haven't made it that far. I still haven't even uncovered my sewing machine since we've been home. This will be like a little envelope pocket that we'll put somewhere. I just did a little bit of collage here. This is just some music paper, and I just took my watercolor pencils. Watercolor pencils. I don't know why that sounded weird coming out of my mouth. Didn't sound like I was saying it correctly. But anyway, I just drew, like, I just scribbled little circles all over this paper, and then I went over it with just my water brush here, and water, and just, I don't know, so it just has all these fun, you know, purples and pinks, and I just really like how that turned out. So anyway, this is going to be like, the butterfly is going to go on the front there. And these are some butterflies that I'd cut out, and I do have these in my Etsy if anybody wants them. I have a variety of sizes, or just let me know. But anyway, I layered them and did some stamping on them and inked around the edges, and then just put a little bit of bling in the middle. And so that's going to go on there like this to kind of act as our tab to open, and then we'll have journaling space in here. Is that down? No, I got to take art glitter glue there. My eyes are giving me fits right now, and I'm having a hard time seeing. Some of it is it's just been so gloomy. We haven't had very much natural light, so that's frustrating. And my eyes are just getting bad. Mark's like, oh, it's just because you're getting old. And I'm like, says he who is 12 years older than me, be quiet. So he's like, you always get mad at me for saying stuff like that, but you know you always have a comeback. And I'm like, yeah, because you're like so much older than me. It's a really mean thing that we do to each other, actually. But anyway, it's said in love and in a fun, you know, fun way. But anyway, I need to call the optometrist because I got something going on. Sorry, I've got the phone plugged in and I just hit it. So anyway, I thought, you know, this might be fun with some cheesecloth behind it, or maybe even some string or something. I see some glue that's on here. This little glue eraser thingy from Dollar Tree actually works really, really well. I had gotten it in like a box. Well, that's not a good example, but that is the embellishment glue. Anyway, I'd gotten it in a little package at the retreat last spring when I went, and that's a great little nifty tool. I really like it a lot. But anyway, so that's going to be that. I have this one that I thought we might embellish somehow, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. So that's where we are. And just a couple pieces of the scrapbook paper for pockets. What I was thinking is I wouldn't mind maybe like a stackable pocket with something different behind it, because I think that would be really pretty. So maybe we'll cut another pocket out of this. Oh, look, that's almost the right height too. So we'll see. I have no idea what we're working on. I have no plan. I just thought I'm going to come up here and film, or attempt to film. I should just back up and say attempt to film and go from there. But I love how these pages turned out. This music paper is too tall, and I have to determine if I'm going to fold that up or just cut that off. I'll probably just cut it off. But I just love all the music notes on that paper. I just think it's so pretty. And then we have this, which I love, and I am going to leave that, I think, as like a little flip out maybe. And then we just have our coffee dye paper in the middle. So I really haven't done much of anything. I did have this napkin piece that was just on my desk, and I thought, well, these colors are perfect. So I just used my matte medium and put that on the music paper. So I am going to get this backed on some coffee dyed paper. So we've got some journaling space here, and then we'll cut this into maybe, you know, a journaling card and a couple tags to tuck in pockets. So that's kind of where we are. And then I haven't dyed any of the trim to fix the CD case front or anything like that. I haven't worked on that at all. I just really haven't been in here. And like I said, I want to do some stitching, but I have to get my sewing machine out. So let's just work on this. So how is everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. Things here are weird. The stress level has, I guess, kind of, I want to say leveled out maybe, because it certainly has not diminished. The son, the child, has kind of moved out, but it's really a weird situation because he broke up with his girlfriend, supposedly, as soon as we got home. Like, we have not seen this girl since we've been home. And he told me all this stuff, like they just decided they were better off not being together, blah, blah, blah. And he's basically moved out and moved in with her. So I don't really understand the reasoning in that, or how anybody thinks that's a good idea. But I'm just keeping my mouth shut. Well, that's not true. I did not keep my mouth shut. I actually was quite vocal about my opinion that he was either being dishonest with us or dishonest with her. And either way, it's not a good thing. So I don't know what he's going to do. He is avoiding us right now because it's now into May, and he's just rebelling. He's just rebelling. And Mark and I were talking yesterday, and I'm like, the kid doesn't even realize, like, we've already forgiven him for his errors, I will say. And but he's just not talking to us because he thinks he's in control or winning because he's not talking to us, I guess. I don't know. I just don't. I don't get it. But all right, so what I'm going to do with this will be a 4 pocket, or maybe just 3. It depends on how this stabilizes. But I'm just going to put some glue on here, and we're going to just glue some little strips here. And I thought about cutting them, but I kind of like the torn edge. But if I cut it, then I can match it up right with the edge of that and know that I'm stabilizing it. So I hope that makes sense. I hope. So let's just cut that edge off. I need to get a new blade. Mark and I have to go to Erie tomorrow I have an appointment. And so I'm hoping that we'll be able to go to like Hobby Lobby or something. And so, because there's a couple of products that I want to get. And what am I doing? How about let's get a pencil and mark this. What are you doing? The cat's in here and she's getting into stuff. She's got her head in the trash can and there's nothing in there, so I don't know what she's doing because I don't actually eat in here, so I don't know. She's goofy. She is definitely goofy. She's crawled up in bed last night and slept on my side. Not beside me, on my side. Like, literally, I was laying on my side, and she was laying, like, the length of my abdomen on my side. I'm like, get off me. And she was there for a long time. I couldn't even roll over. We still have not renamed her because nothing is fitting or suiting. So I don't know what we're going to end up calling her. Right now, she answers to furball or hairball or cat. So we'll see how that goes with some time here. But she's really sweet and we like her, but she's been kind of just chilling with us, hanging out. So I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just going to continue to do this. So I'll have my strips here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 strips. And I'm going to get these glued on. I won't bore you with watching me ink and glue these. I am just going to use my glue stick and, you know, book page to glue on for a glue page. And so I'm going to just use, I think I'm just going to use this paper because all of these colors are complementary. How Rachel's got them, I think they're really cool. They're not particularly purple, but they're neutral, and I think that it still complements the pages. You know, I think the colors still work really well. And, you know, it pulls the neutrals of the book pages or the, you know, music pages and magazine images and stuff that we used. So, and I don't know yet where this is going to go. So I'm just making pieces that may or may not make it into the journal. I don't know. So we'll see. And actually I started to sew these in the other day, but I'm like, I need to cut these down and get them folded and figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe if I want to stencil or even do some texture paste on those pages with some color. So that's why I haven't sewn them in yet. But anyway, okay, I'll be back. I like how this is turning out. So I ended up flipping, and I just have a little bit of that brown showing there, but I really like it. And I think that when this gets stitched around, it'll be really pretty. What I was thinking is, I don't know if I want to put thumb notches in this or not, because I kind of like it. And so I may not, because I think there's a definite distinction that these are pockets. And then when we start putting little things in them, I think it'll show and reflect really well that, hey, this is a pocket, especially with the inking. I think it accentuates that that's a pocket. And then that top one, again, I don't know if I'll have that as a tuck or not, but I think it would probably be okay. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. So anyway, so that'll be that. So that's going to need to get stitched as well. But I like how it turned out. It's a little busy, but I think if we put pieces in there, more neutral pieces, I think it'll be okay. Like, I mean, I don't know. Even just, you know, something like that in there. That'll be backed. Oh, here's one that's backed already. And I think, oh yeah, see, that looks like it matches that paper better now than it did just as a whole sheet. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, so what else? What else do we want to make today? And to make this, all I did, let's just show you really quickly what I did in case you didn't see what I did. So I just took, you know, this, and I was like, oh, that looks about right, okay? And just folded the one sheet in half. And then, let's see, I don't want to use that one. I don't want to use that one either. The reason is I'm not wanting to use those is because it has this number here at the top that I want to take off. Uh-oh, hang on. Sorry about that abruptness. My phone was ringing and I just happened to look at it, and I have an appointment tomorrow. I think I already said that. And so it was them calling to confirm. But in the meantime, I continued to fold that because I was talking to the lady and just mindlessly folding it. So let's do it again. So I just take and you just bring it up, you know, and it doesn't matter what size book pages you're using. You just use whatever you want. So you just take your bottom and fold it up. And then you kind of line it up over the top of your second book page, okay? And then you just bring that bottom up, okay? And then see, you've got 1, 2, 3, and then it can be 4. And, you know, and I may decide to use this back one as a top tuck. I think I might. I don't know. But if I'm worried about the stability of it, then I'll just run another strip of paper or even washi tape along the back of that, and that'll stabilize it. So, you know, you can use the book pages and stuff as your tucks. Just know that you might have to stabilize it by just running a strip of paper along the back there. You know, you can use washi tape. You can use a scrap of paper. You know, you have lots of options as far as that goes. But now I have 2 of these ready to be decorated, so I'll just put them aside. I'll probably paper clip them so they stay together, and then I'll just put them over here in my mask make bin, because I do want to be doing some mask makes and to use up some of these book pages and stuff. Let's see. Okay, so we did that. Now, so I'll set this over aside. I want to sew that. I think I may stitch this one too. I'm not sure if I want to stitch that one or not. We need to cut that one down. This one definitely I want to stitch that one. And then this one I need to finish. So, and again, you know, you use your book pages or just scrap papers to stabilize things that you feel like aren't strong enough. So if you're new to paper crafting or, you know, journal making or, you know, whatever, and you have questions, ask your questions. We're all here to help, you know, and yeah, it's a great community. And so if you have questions, just ask. Anybody will be happy to help you or you know, say, hey, yeah, I had that question too, or I didn't know, and I learned by doing this. And throughout time, you will have heard me say, don't do this and ask me how I know. And generally when I say that, it's because I've messed up in some way and have made those mistakes. So, ooh, that would, you know what? That would be like a cute little tag or ticket in there, wouldn't it? It really would. Let's see how we want to embellish this. How about just, you know, you don't even have to really. And maybe I'll wait until we have smaller scraps to put on there. But I do need to stabilize these if I'm going to use this pocket, because this paper is kind of, you know, if you're going to be putting stuff in and out of there. I mean, it's not like you're going to be beating it up, but I really like that for a little ticket. So let's make this a little ticket. So I'll just cut off that white edge where I printed that. And then let's back it with some coffee dyed scraps, which is that one wide enough? Look at that. Almost. We'll just use this one. And I don't think I have another one smaller over here. Just, oh, is that one wide enough? Oh, so close. So close. That's okay. We'll just use this one. It's going to be so cute. All right. And then once this dries, we'll punch it like a little ticket, and then I'll find a number stamp or something and stamp across that, because I just think that would be so cute. Oh, that glue stick is getting stringy. But I do like this. This is my favorite glue stick. You know, if I'd have cut that little edge off, I probably could have used that one. Nope, still too thin. Okay, so we'll let that dry, and then that will become a little ticket for us. That's gonna be so cute. All right, and then what else was I gonna tell you? I can't remember. Okay, so there's that one. We'll let that dry, so that'll be another piece to play with and finish. And then let's work on this. And really, I don't think this video is gonna be very long, and some of you might be like, why did you even film today? Because you're not really teaching us anything. But you know, when you have all of the, you know, I was watching a video this morning, and she was so right. She said, you know, when you have a video that you're watching and the person has all these pieces already prepped to show you how to do, you know, whatever it is that they're doing, that person has already put hours into that project to share it with you. And so I think it's important to recognize that and to appreciate the creators when they are pre-making things, to say, this is what we're going to work on today. I'm going to teach you how to do it. And knowing that they already have all that time and effort put into it. And I think that there's I don't want to say a lack of appreciation, because I do think that as a general rule, this particular community is appreciative of the time and effort of the creators, and I just think that's wonderful. I mean, there's always an exception to the rule, but today we're just going to go with that people are kind and caring and understanding and very generous with the creators that share with the paper crafting. And I think that's important, or especially even like a person who is like a quilter. That is a lot of time and preparation that would go into that for certain. So just all kinds of things to consider, you know, when you're seeing the videos and stuff, and the time that people are taking to share with you. You know, I just think it's important. I don't know. I just feel like it's important to appreciate time and effort and show grace that, oh, those would be really cute little cards in this too. All right. Do we want to put like a flower back there? No. Let's just do this. Let's do one of these. We'll just fussy tear one of these to put there. Okay. But it has to fit. What about that one? It's going to be cut off because of the size of it, but I think it'll be okay. Or even that round one would be kind of cute. I just want something to peek out of there. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. Anyway, so this is one of the Tracy papers that I printed for this. Oh, I almost ripped into that frame. I did rip into that frame. Shoot. That's all right. Okay. And things like this have you're so versatile with these things, you know, what you can do and how you can share them, or not share them. Oh my gosh, Jody, that's not gonna work because of that angle. That's all right, we'll use it for something else. What about just, you know what, just, I killed that off. Oh, there's a little dragonfly. Let's do the dragonfly. All right. So I'm just trying to follow my line of that fold to get an angle there, okay? And then I'll just cut, kind of. You know I can't cut a straight line, right? I'm clearly gonna have to trim that up. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of make a mark here and here. Here, so I kind of know where I need to cut that. And it's not going to be exact, and that's okay. I do like the torn lines, but it doesn't seem to be working for me that well right now. All right, so then what I have to do is kind of pull that out, and then we'll glue it on there and trim it. It's a little too long. A little too long. Let's just take a sliver off of that. And then let's just see here. So I will glue this on the spot, but I want to trim that off too. Okay. All right, let's see if I managed to do this properly. Any takers for whether or not I did? Oh, I have a white tip right there too. It's all right. Here's what we're going to do with that. Okay. So, yeah, just kind of working on some ephemera in between projects. I have to get some furniture listed for sale. We kind of did a walk around last night and talked about the pieces that, oh, I didn't do a very good job cutting that, which I knew I didn't, and I was going to trim it before I did that, but that's okay. This is a new pair of scissors, and look at me cutting glue with them. This is how I ruined my other pair. We were walking around looking at furniture pieces that we had last night and saying, okay, we need to, you know, try to sell that one, or we want to keep this one, or, you know, whatever. So, it's just a process what we're doing here, and it's okay. I mean, it's just time consuming and quite a lot to take on. And you know, we were trying to figure out whether or not to sell the house and where we want to go, which we still don't have any idea where we want to go, but we can't go anywhere when we have so much stuff. And so we're just gonna start listing some things and seeing where it ends up taking us. And what I mean by that is kind of like where life ends up taking us, because we just don't know what we're doing right now. And to be perfectly honest, we really cannot make a decision right now about anything. We're so up in the air with everything that's going on right now. I'm just trimming that to get some bulk out of there, but that's going to support that. And then that little purple flower is just going to peek out of the top of there. And I think that's going to be cute. Cute, cute, cute. And it's going to use up some of these papers that I wasn't really sure how I was going to use them, because like the whole page of frames, what am I going to do with that? So I think it's just a good piece to use for some collage. And, you know, we may put some of those frames throughout the journal on some pages to just add a little pop of color or just a little something, because the little frames are so cute. I really like them and I want to use them. And this little bit of creating, listen to me. Oh my goodness. This little bit of taking some time to create here, that sounds better, is helping me. You know, like I said yesterday, I stood in here for a little bit, and I think I'd mentioned in the last video that because of all the stress, we've been really sick. And fortunately, excuse me, fortunately, Mark is feeling better, which I'm so grateful for, that he's feeling better. It's still taking a toll on me, but it'll get better. I mean, it'll just take some time, and we just have to get through this, you know, this season. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. This season in our life, we just have to get through it, and we will. I mean, it's just going to take some time. I'm trying to be more positive, and, you know, I was pretty upset again yesterday, and so, you know, we were talking about it, and, you know, I was like, it's hard in this situation to not look at things and say, well, what if I would have done this differently, or what if I would have done that differently? And then I have to remind myself that that's not really healthy in this situation to do that to myself. Oh, look at that. Even that angle is perfect. It's just going to glue right there. That is awesome. It's just not a healthy mindset to think about the things that I could have done differently. I mean, I could have done a lot differently. I didn't understand the issues at hand back when things started. I didn't necessarily handle them the way I should have. I didn't have the support system that would have helped me thrive better. Not thrive, survive better. And so there's just a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas, and you can't do that. I mean, you really cannot do that. The situation is what it is, and I can't change the past. I can only move forward for the future and try to do the best I can and just love him in spite of his own behavior, you know. And I really like those words poked out there. I think those are kind of fun, but now it just says possessed, and I don't really think we want possessed in our book, do we? So what about a strip of that? Is that long enough? I think it is. I think it is. And I'm just going to take that maybe about right there. So anyway, you know, when you go through tough times in life, sometimes you just sit and you reflect on everything. And it's not necessarily the best thing, I mean, to sit and say, oh, if only, because we could if only ourselves to death too. And that's not healthy either for the situation, or not good for the situation. So we just breathe and take every day as it's coming, and trying to just put one foot in front of the other. And yeah, so again, I appreciate the support. Oh, did I do that wrong? Wait a minute. I'm just confused myself because I undid it. Look at that. Did I cut that wrong? No. Okay. Let me... Oh my gosh, how confusing was that, right? I hope that little piece is long enough after all. Okay. All right. See, it gets confusing. Oh, and I'll show you how to fold this one too in case... Because I like it. I think it's really cute. All right. You know, I was going to ink this in like purples and stuff, but I keep reaching for a vintage photo. I think it's because of the color of the book pages themselves. I just think that it looks nice and I like it. So, but you have options. I mean, you can use all the colors of the rainbow in a journal if you want to, and that's what speaks to you. All right. Okay, so that looks so cute. Is it busy? Is it too busy? I think it looks cute. Okay, so let me show you how to do that one. So you just take your piece of paper and you just fold your edge up to where your points are about even if you want. I mean, you have options, right? So now it kind of looks like this. And then you fold this over and you kind of fold these both over at the same time and tuck that into that bottom flap. And then I just kind of fiddle with it for a second to make sure it's going to seat in there. And, you know, you may have to use your bone folder or your fingernail to push those corners out. And then just voila, you have a little 1, 2, 3, 4 pocket. And if you use the back, but I'm not going to. And I did see somebody actually cut the top of that off, which I thought was kind of fun, but I like the points, you know, for something different. And, so see, yeah, so that's a pretty easy pocket to make. I think I originally saw that from Pam at the Paper Outpost, but I've seen many, many, many people do it, so I don't know if it's actually her idea or somebody else's idea. Doesn't really matter because a lot of people do it, but that way you can see if you want. And then if you want, you can put a little dab of glue on this one, but I'm not going to because I want to make sure that I've got room to tuck something in there if I, you know, when we get to that point. But okay, busy little pocket, isn't it? Okay, so there's that. So I think that's going to be today's video. I think we're probably getting after the 30-minute mark, and it takes forever to upload if I get past 30 minutes. So just bear with me here. I'll probably set this to air tomorrow. Today is Tuesday the 2nd, so tomorrow's obviously Wednesday the 3rd, and I'll put those in my little scrap box there. And that way this will be up for you. You'll kind of know what's going on. Yes, I'm alive. I'm not crying. I finally quit crying, so that is a huge positive for now, but we haven't had any more encounters to trigger it either, so fingers crossed. And so again, thank you for all the good vibes, the checking in, the making sure that I'm okay. I cannot really, truly, I cannot express my gratitude for the support and the kindness that was shown, and just thank you so much. And we're just gonna keep plugging away at this. I had really wanted to get it done by the end of April because I really want, oh, I was gonna cut that side off, wasn't I? I wanted to do kind of a mass make May, but obviously I didn't get that far, did I? Oh my gosh, is that not cute? Let's just get that cut into a ticket shape. And then we will go. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cute. So cute. Look at that. I love it. And we'll just get some ink around those edges really quickly. And then we'll maybe do, ooh, we have, oh, where are those? I'll have to find them. We'll do it in the next video. I've got some number transfers we can put on that, and I think like little rub-on thingies, and I think that would be fun versus trying to actually stamp a number on there. We'll see. We'll figure that out, but I'll either finish it and show you in the next video or something. But I just think that's adorable. It's so cute. So even the tiniest of little scraps can be made into something usable, which is fun, and I love it. So okay, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.